There are goals, and then there are Cristiano Ronaldo goals. Those rare, thunderous moments when time seems to freeze, when a stadium gasps in disbelief, and when one man defies physics, logic, and limitation all in one strike. Over 2 decades, Ronaldo has scored more than 800 times, but some goals weren't just numbers. They were earthquakes that rattled the world of football, moments that left even his rivals applauding, and history bowing its head. It all began in Manchester, the theater of dreams. The year was 2003. A young Portuguese winger with gelled hair and fearless eyes had arrived. At first, his goals were flashes of flair, but soon, they became spectacles. One cold night in 2008 against Portsmouth, Ronaldo stood over a free kick. 30 yards out, wind swirling, silence spreading. He took his signature stance, legs wide, shoulders square, eyes locked. Then came the strike. The ball rose, dipped, and swerved in ways no ball ever should. David James, one of England's best keepers, didn't move. It wasn't that he couldn't, it was that he didn't understand what had just happened. The ball tore into the top corner like a bullet from another dimension. Sir Alex Ferguson called it unstoppable. The world called it supernatural. That goal wasn't just 3 points. It was the birth of a weapon, the knuckleball free kick, that would terrify goalkeepers for years to come. Fast forward to 2009, Ronaldo's final season at Manchester United, the Champions League semi-final against Arsenal. United broke on the counter. The ball rolled to Ronaldo 40 yards from goal. Most players would pass. Ronaldo didn't know the meaning of safe. He unleashed a missile so ferocious it screamed through the air and into the net before the crowd could blink. 35 yards out, a thunderbolt. Old Trafford roared as if witnessing a comet collide with the earth. That goal sent United to the final and Ronaldo to Real Madrid, where the legend would evolve beyond imagination. Madrid became his kingdom. And with it came masterpieces that made even the gods take notice. 2011. Against Barcelona in the Copa del Rey final. Extra time. Tension unbearable. Angel Di Maria floated a cross into the box, and Ronaldo rose, not jumped, but soared. For a moment, he seemed to hang in the air, defying gravity, defying time. His head met the ball with precision and power, sending it past Pinto into the net. The header crowned Madrid as champions, and the image Ronaldo, suspended mid-air, arms outstretched, became immortal. But the one that shook the world truly, shook it came in 2018. Champions League quarterfinal, Juventus versus Real Madrid. Turin, the Italian fortress. The night was tense, the fans loud and proud. Then, in the 64th minute, history unfolded. Dani Carvajal chipped a cross into the box. Ronaldo turned, his back to goal, body twisting in midair. What happened next defied every law of motion. He launched himself skyward, his body parallel to the ground, and struck a bicycle kick so perfect, so beautiful, that the entire Juventus stadium, opponents, fans, everyone stood and applauded. An away player had just made them forget allegiance and remember wonder. Gianluigi Buffon could only stare. Ronaldo's foot had met the ball at a height of 2.38 meters higher than most men's heads. The goal wasn't just scored, it was sculpted, a monument of human potential. Later, Buffon said, "I thought I had seen it all until that goal." That bicycle kick didn't just shake the world, it shattered boundaries. It was football's equivalent of art, physics, and courage fused into 1 second of perfection. And perhaps it was poetic justice that a few months later, Ronaldo would join Juventus, the very team he had humbled, and be greeted with respect reserved only for legends. But the story doesn't end in Madrid or Turin. Ronaldo's catalog of world-shaking goals stretches across continents, competitions, and decades. Take 2014, for example, the Champions League final in Lisbon. Real Madrid chasing their long-awaited La Decima. In the dying minutes of extra time, with the game already won, Ronaldo sprinted the length of the field, demanded the ball, and smashed it into the roof of the net. It wasn't the most beautiful goal, but the celebration, shirt off, muscles tense, eyes blazing, became an image carved into football eternity. It was a statement. I am here. I am inevitable. Then came Euro 2016, Portugal versus Wales. Semi-final, a nation's dream hanging in the balance. Ronaldo rose again, higher, stronger, unstoppable, heading in a goal that broke Welsh hearts and lifted an entire country. That leap wasn't just physical, it was symbolic. The boy from Madeira had carried his nation to a final, and eventually, to their first ever major trophy. Even at Juventus, the world kept witnessing the extraordinary. 2019, against Sampdoria, another header, but this time, even more surreal. The cross came in, and Ronaldo jumped not for a split second, but for what felt like an eternity. He hung in the air for over a second, and struck the ball from a height of 2.56 meters. The defender beneath him didn't even contest. The world replayed it again and again, each time with disbelief. The Italian press called him the Air King. And then came Portugal again, the 2021 Euro, against Hungary. In the closing minutes, Ronaldo scored twice, becoming the all-time leading scorer in European Championship history. But it was the composure, the calm, surgical finishing that defined him. Even as the years passed, his power didn't fade, it evolved. Then came a new land, a new chapter, Saudi Arabia. Many said it was the end. Ronaldo smiled. For him, there is no end, only transformation. At Al Nassr, he continued to score goals that sent shockwaves through new audiences. One, a long-range rocket from outside the box, silenced critics who had doubted his fire. Another, a 35-yard free kick, curved and dipped like a memory of Manchester. Even now, past 38, he kept rewriting what prime truly means. Every one of these goals tells a story not just of skill, but of obsession. Because Ronaldo's greatest secret isn't his talent, it's his will. Every goal he scored was a product of hours of repetition, thousands of practice shots, and an unbreakable belief that perfection is possible. His goals didn't come by accident, they came by sacrifice. He has scored tap-ins, volleys, headers, free kicks, penalties, screamers. But the ones that shook the world have something deeper in common. They all came in moments that mattered. When others felt pressure, he felt purpose. When others broke, he broke records. Cristiano Ronaldo's best goals are not just highlights on YouTube. They're timestamps in football's evolution. They represent what happens when talent meets relentless dedication, when a dream meets discipline, when a boy from a small island decides that greatness isn't given, it's earned. From the knuckleball at Old Trafford to the bicycle kick in Turin, from the header against Wales to the rockets in Riyadh, every one of these goals carries an echo, the echo of destiny being rewritten by human hands, or rather, human feet. And long after the boots are hung, long after the cheers fade, those goals will remain immortal, unforgettable, unrepeatable. Because Cristiano Ronaldo didn't just score goals. He shook the world again and again and again.